All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's just get it quick. We're just going to do a real quick 3D 45D. We're going to do a regular reading this morning. Take a break from the book for a second. Oh my goodness, right? Oh my goodness. Once again, every now and then I do this thing. I'll do a reading and then it doesn't save. And I'm like, guess that wasn't meant for everybody. So, we shall see what comes out now. I'm going to do a regular fairy tale story time this morning instead of a romance novel, just for those of you guys who are not in the romantic mood. I'm telling y'all, I don't have no big Valentine's Day dates or dances or anything else like that. We're doing a party, a kids party for Valentine's Day, because they said that they weren't going to be doing them in schools. Now they're doing them in schools, so we're going to be making Valentine's today. With the kiddos. Take them all up to the park. Alrighty. Only thing. It's like, where does all the dust come from? Probably from all the sage and shit that I burned. Alright. There's a story. I don't know. I'm going to do my best to get this out, y'all. I got a house full of kids. They're all going to be waking up here in a minute. Funny, because when nobody's here, all these brats will sleep till like noon. But when there's a house full of them, they're up at like 7. They're crazy. Look, I got all my favorite guys here for Valentine's Day weekend. And yeah, I know. I mean, and it's true, because I was like, oh, maybe, Valentine's Day weekend, I'll stay up late and I'll do live readings and da-da-da-da. Maybe I'll do that on Friday, or I'll do that on Saturday. And then and then it comes down to it, and it's just like, what? I'd rather throw a kid party and just have fun and go to the park and just, yeah. 10 of Cups, we got the dog here. 18. I don't know why I'm getting the image of. Have you guys ever seen The Dark Materials? That's not what the one's called. The movie's called The Golden Compass, but the book is way, way different. But so these servants always have all the butlers and stuff all had dogs. That was there. In the movie and in the books, if you've never seen The Golden Compass, the people have like this thing. It's part of their soul, but it's like this little animal that travels around with them. When they're kids, it's constantly shifting form, and then as they become an adult, it gets a form that it keeps. Just to explain what the hell I'm talking about there. All right, so we got 18, the dog, 10 of Hearts, trust, loyalty, friends, and dependability. In The Elephant and the Dog, the Sultan's elephant stopped eating when his loyal companion was taken away. The Sultan is very upset when his favorite pachyderm nearly dies without his canine companion. No one understood the nature and support the dog gave his jumbo friend, but the dog is returned just in time. Here we see the dog and the elephant sharing a meal in a jeweled bowl. The elephant reaches to reassure himself that the world is right again. He eats with the dog because he feels safe. The dog proved himself to be trustworthy, reliable companion, even when he was tossed aside by others. The dog card is someone you can count on when things get rough. And if you have the difficult cards close to this one, the dog is the one to look for help. Trust is the key quality in this card. A nearby person card signifies someone you have a comfortable, sustaining friendship with. Like the dog, will always have your best interests at heart. The dog, shown as an Indian para dog that was given a curly tail and resembles Arwen's beloved Basenji companion. Can't read weird words. Oh, can you tell I learned how to read with Hooked on Phonics? That's how old I am. Alright. Let's get a shadow card. We're getting Earth and Magic card. Ooh, that popped out right away. Masquerade. Masquerade. People wearing a false mask. Green Man Symmetry. It's been a lot of talk about that lately, right? I know things are crazy, things are weird, a lot of people are struggling right now, there's a lot going on, right? We all got this, that Masquerade card for some reason for me, it's pulling out this big, the post to be shit, right? Facebook, social media, what everybody's posting to be these, you know, more than what they are. And you know, that's kind of the point of it. Because for sure, nobody wants to see if it, you know, where your energy goes, where your focus is. If you're on there constantly crying about your situations, right? That's feeding so much energy into that. So yeah, a lot of people decide instead, what, they only post the good aspects because that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, that's a natural prerogative just forever. That's human instincts, right? When you used to bump into somebody like way back in the day before the internet and stuff like that, when you bumped into somebody, you'd be like, oh, how are you doing? What's going on? It's, oh, my kids just did that and this and that, and I just did this and that. And you didn't turn around and I don't know when this started, but once upon a time, you didn't just sit around and complain about your ailments. You took the time to focus on what was good. You know what I'm saying? When you went to a friend's house, you talked about the good things going on in your life, and you played games, and you laughed, and you had fun, right? I don't know if that happened with you guys in your family, but it definitely happened in mine. I can distinctly remember my grandfather, and this is back when we used to do parties all the time with my family. And then it slowly tapered off and it stopped. And my grandfather called it. He saw it coming. He said, when did we turn into the family who just sits around and complains about our ailments? The Aquarius in the family. He don't speak much, but when he does, it's quite profound. But it's true, the people who complained, sat there and continuously complained about their ailments continuously got worse. People who instead sit there and say, like, you know, oh yeah, I have an injured back, but, oh, no, that's doing much better because I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. Not, oh, it's so terrible, it's horrible, it's what, you know. Like I said, I mentioned that I had gotten sick for a while there, right? It was all hormonal shit, but still, I didn't focus on it. I didn't drag it out. I didn't, whatever. Yeah, it was what it was. But, you know, you work on what it is. You figure it out. You get control of your own health, right? All right. What do we got on the 3D? And in this case, right? All right. So, I don't have a date for Valentine's Day. I'm not going to sit around and be lonely. What? I'm going to throw a party. All right. On the 3D, we got the Six of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Moon, Failure reversed, but Five of Pentacles. So definitely got a lot of looking back on the past, a lot of nostalgia. Look, a lot of wanting to have fun, right? Right? Got the Queen of Wands, very passionate individual, right? That's definitely projects a lot of energy. Though there is a lot of secrets, a lot of things behind the scenes, everybody has dualistic aspects of their personality, right? I do see overcoming failure. There's definitely an overcoming of a failure here, right? And trying to break a cycle of failures here. But there still is a lot of worry. Worry about being left out in the cold, worry about being left alone, and a worry about not having enough money. Worry about not having enough to sustain physical needs, right? Now here, and I'm going to show this here, right? What? We got the Hierophant reversed, and this one, it's what? The Stairway to Heaven is within you type of card here, right? This is reversed, and unable to attach to this, what? A trying to get over of anxiety, a trying to avoid conflicts, right? And I see a lot of self-imprisonment here, right? This is all self-imprisonment. All this, what? I can't be happy because I'm avoiding conflicts, right? And I find the avoiding conflicts thing is a people-pleasing thing, right? But this is what's causing the anxiety. There's an avoidance of avoiding conflicts, a blocking yourself up from your own eternal happiness, and this anxiety. The anxiety is all self-imprisonment. This is all self-projecting. You're projecting all this onto yourself, right? You're letting your own mind entrap you, and trapping you from reaching what? Nine of Cups. Right? The Nine of Cups is, by definition, the wish fulfillment card, right? I mean, I know a lot of us talk about it's like, oh, it's this inner thing, the person's alone, this, that, and the other thing. But the Nine of Cups, it's more than that. It's the wish fulfillment card, right? And it's saying the only thing that's blocking you from getting your ultimate wish fulfillment is just your own self-imprisonment. Alright, so on the 5D here, interesting. On the 5D here, we've got the High Priestess, right? Definitely got the High Priestess is very in tune with nature, right? She's very in tune with nature. She's very in tune with her own intuition, right? And she can come off as very, very mysterious, right? So we got a High Priestess, and then we got a Wise One. Now he can come off as just as mysterious, right? He's the Hermit. Right? This is someone who spends a lot of time in introspection, right? Now, I definitely get a sense of, there's definitely a divine masculine on this line, right? Whereas the other line, it showed a lot of feminine energy on the 4D, but on the 5D, it seems like this person is of great interest to this person, and this person is balancing out these energies. Right? That's why I say it's the masculine on the 5D. Trying to figure out what's going on himself, right? Knight of Rods. Knight of Rods knows what he's passionate about and knows what he wants and knows how to work for it. The King of Cauldrons, he knows what his heart calls to and he knows how to balance and keep his emotions in check, right? Both of these guys working together is takes a lot of introspective work. A lot of introspective work. This is a masculine who's gone through a lot of self-shadow work here. But there's still an 8 of Swords for him too. So I'm still picking up that there's definitely, I feel like this person was definitely the one that was coming through the most on the 3D and the 40 line, right? Yeah. The only thing keeping things from moving or progressing is self-imprisonment. Self-imprisonment. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this Masquerade card. I know. It's so annoying, but you guys be alright. People are like, you shouldn't do that. Well, you know what? I see plenty of other readers read out the book, so why is it a big deal when I do it? Alright, so we got 15, the masquerade. This is the stage of bargaining. The moon phase is a waning gibbous moon. What I can't have forever, I'll have for a minute, and what I can't have for a minute, I will hold on for a second. The visual seed here is a man's face, young in the flesh and in posture, with a wide open shirt. Over him appears to be the most complicated Baroque hat, straight from a carnival. The sentence here is, under the guise of Cupid I will come to you, and under the guise of a thief I will fly away. There is often guilt in taking the mask of Don John or Don... Oh, okay, yeah, the seducer. The seducer is not a master of love, neither of manipulation. He is the master of the ephemeral, or what is fleeting and brief transit to the extreme. He is the master of the moment, and as such he forgot all other kinds of eternity. There is a guilt if you care because you are not building. There is a guilt out of loss because you are not treasuring. There is a guilt out of indifference because when you do not care, you cheat yourself of the meaning and the value of it. Sometimes there is a guilt in the selfishness, in the desire itself, in everything leading to pleasure, as if only pleasure that can be sacred are the only ones labeled as such. The masquerade is the dance. It is the road that goes in circles, ebbs and flows, and will always end at first light. Before the time comes to hold it tightly. When the time comes, they let it go. Alright, so this is definitely the energy of be mindful. I like with Valentine's Day and everything else like that. What? Don't let somebody play you. This is the player card, right? And this is what? Momentary pleasures, right? I just seduced you just to seduce you. But and then once they get it, they don't want it anymore. What? Because why? Well, because holding on would be hard. What? Oh my God, because that would be in a relationship, right? Be mindful of these type of energies that are going around, right? Especially this time of year. It's the end of winter, spring's coming, the blood's starting to flow again a little bit more, things are starting to warm up. With Valentine's Day is usually a big play, right? To try to get laid or whatever, right? Momentary pleasures, nothing long-term and nothing sustaining. And these people don't want anything long-term and sustaining, right? It's a self-imprisonment. This is a self-imprisonment. What? This person's not really happy. Okay, they're a player and they can do this and they can do that and they get all this attention and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But in the end, it's all fake. None of it's real. It's all falsified, and they generally wake up alone and spend most of their time alone. And the pleasure that they do get are fleeting moments. They don't look for anything long-term. Why? Oh, because if you look for it long-term, then you might start to get attached to it. You might start to expect it. And if you get attached to it, and you start expecting it, well, what? Attachment is the source of all suffering. So I'd rather be completely detached. Well, then you end up completely hollow. You end up nothing but a mask. All right, Green Man and Synergy. 77. Watch out for sevens today, y'all. Watch out for sevens. Alright, the Green Man is Earth's vegetation personified. Although he has many variations, this card depicts a more subtle and embedded representation. In other portrayals, he resembles the face of a man covered in green foliage as branches and vines sprout in every direction. There exists some form of Green Man throughout history and in the world of cultures throughout the world. Often the symbol of rebirth and life in springtime, he is also associated with the Lord of the Wildwood. As a representation of the plant kingdom, the Green Man reminds us of the incredible synergy required for Gaia to maintain her delicate dynamic balance among the various beings on the planet. Synergy is the interaction and cooperation of two or more elements to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate efforts. We witness this in a complex and cooperative interaction between plants, humans, and animals. For instance, the fruit tree propagates by being eaten, and then the animal redeposits the seeds back into the earth after digestion. The new plant grows, the bees pollinate the flowers, and the cycle begins once again. And nature's simple yet remarkable in synergy. You have the advantage of an incredible synergy at this time. A flow of life is guiding you, where things just seem to fall into place as you move about your business. You are in the mutual cooperation and interaction with spirit, as your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose. When this is happening, there is synergy, the way the life force continuously coming into balance and forces nature. There is also synergy between your spiritual awareness and your personal self or ego. Be aware of the variations of the idiosyncrasies of your ego, and do not take any of them too seriously. You know that your higher self is always looking out for your best interests, and in this cycle, tune into that guidance, however it shows up, and you will find that you will move through life with greater ease due to the synergistic balance of forces of expressing themselves as you. I like that. That was nice. I say that too, man. It's funny because I walk a lot, so like, you know, around the woods and things like that, and especially in spring and summer when all the bugs and animals and stuff are really moving around, that when I feel in the groove, right, when you feel, like I said, when you're in a rut or when you're in a groove, it depends on what. Are you dancing? I don't know why, but this old saying about a shaman, it's like a woman went to a shaman and she was really sick, and they began to ask her, when did you stop dancing? When did you stop singing? Things like that, right? When did you lose your groove? And when you're in the groove, especially for me, and I've noticed this with several of my other friends too, nature does respond to you, right? I'll be walking and I'll notice what a lizard or a dragonfly or whatever, a butterfly or something it'll just seem like it's with me. It's moving with me. It's looking at me. It's working with it. For whatever reason, it's attracted to me. Something's happening. There's a synergistic energy that's having all this creative force moving around, right? You got the journey card here. I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like a bit of the Fool card there, only instead of just leaping off a cliff, they're in a hot air balloon. Right? All right. I feel like a lot of people are on the edge of a new type of journey going on here, right? A new type of journey. And that could be very scary. Change is definitely very scary. I got a sense, do not fake, do not mask yourself. Be aware of people who are only interested in fleeting moments and fleeting pleasure, right? Who's really down for the journey, right? Who's down for the journey with you, huh? Who's your companions? Who's, yeah. Who makes it feel like the Ten of Cups? Right? This doesn't have to be love interests or anything else like that, but who makes it feel like the Ten of Cups? That's it. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll be back as soon as I can, I promise.